So when you look at this draft, all in all, pound for pound, Kurt, who came out as the clear winners?
I got two winners I really like. One team, one player. Winner player is Patrick Williams. How did he come? I mean, talk about a guy. It wasn't a total shock. There was a lot of talk about the Bulls taking him at 4 the last couple of days, but talk about a guy who was in his 20s and was considered a developmental project, and maybe we're going to get there, maybe we're not. And suddenly, boom, he's going at number 4. They're putting a lot on him. He's going to a team loaded with guys with potential and guys who can look, Zach LaVine and Kobe White and everybody, Lauri Markkanen. It's a really interesting build in Chicago, but that guy just rocketed up draft boards, and whatever happens for him, he's a winner, man. He's getting a decent payday now. Good for him. And the team, this is less draft to me and more just smart management on draft day. Philadelphia got out from under Al Horford's contract, moved Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson, who was a bigger contract, but also just not the best fit. They bring in Danny Green, a 3-and-D wing with 3 rings, who just knows how to win and knock down shots. Oh, and by the way, they get Seth Curry, not quite as good a shooter as his brother, but still one of the better shooters in the league.
He's good. He's dangerous.
So good and so dangerous. And suddenly there's floor spacing. They got Landry Shamet. Like, they've loaded up on shooters and floor spacing and guys that better fit around Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons all in a couple of days. Like, Daryl Morey gets some credit here for just revamping that roster in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see the team flesh out. For me, I think the winners, one surprise that I thought was the Kings roster. I think we'll get to that in a little bit. I thought they won out with Tyrese Halliburton. Really, he slid to what? I mean, that's crazy to me. They picked him up. Awesome. But the Spurs, to me, I got to say, I'm a big San Antonio fan. And I think the Spurs came out. And I think the Spurs came out pretty good here. I mean, I know that San Antonio is kind of in the middle of a rebuilding phase, but you pick up a hard-nosed defender in Shea Jones late or midway through the second round. And then in the first round, you pick up Devin Vassell, who, once again, another 3-and-D player. But I think he's the perfect fit for San Antonio's offense because they already have Lonnie Walker. They already have DeJounte Murray. They already have Lyles and Derek White. I think they have their kind of core group, but they like to have that 3-point knockdown shooter, great defender. You think about a Bruce Bowen. You think about Steven Jackson, Danny Green. They like to have that player on their teams, and they got a really good one.
And they're so good historically at bringing those guys along. And I think we're going to see that with all of those guys. I mean, I remember watching Lonnie White at Summer League, last time there was a Summer League, and thinking, man, why is he here? Why are they playing? Like, he's so much better than everybody else, but they wanted to get him some run because they weren't able to during the season. I love the way they develop. I love the way they build. And I think this is going to be, like you said, look, are they going to be really dangerous this year? No. But they've got a core of guys that they're starting to build and develop. And you're like, in a few years, they're either going to internally develop one of these guys again, and suddenly you're going to be, where did this star come from? Or they're going to be able to land somebody, and suddenly this thing's going to come together. I've always been a big fan of how they handle their business.
Absolutely. Hey, I would appreciate if they were good this year. just throwing it out there. If you could just put that in the universe, that'd be great.